welcome back to the stream. This startup looks slightly different now that Gitter, the chat engine that we're using, now that it no longer tries to expand the YouTube link. So yeah, previously it would display this kind of splash screen that was part of the channel configuration, I guess. But anyway, welcome back. This is going to be another slightly eclectic kind of stream with a bunch of stuff that needs to get done, I guess, but focusing mostly on fixing up the Tuco Flyer robot. It still needs some work on the gimbal mount and the DC to DC converter, so I just want to make some progress on that. I've personally been kind of busy lately redoing a bunch of the cabling in the network here, and it's nice finally getting that done pretty much. So, welcome back. Let's see if we can just go ahead and get this robot up on the camera. I should actually make sure that the stream is working. I think I'm forgetting one of my usual parts here where I actually QA this whole contraption. Alright, well, yeah, it looks like we're live on the usual Twitch and YouTube, and we're usually up on this experimental diode zone thing too. Let's make sure that's gone. Oh yeah, live.diode.zone/scanlime is working too. So yeah, the main actual work I have to get done right now is still related to this YouTube, or this cat robot, Tuco Flyer. It's, there's a lot to do. It's sort of our main kind of big, you know, kind of engineering stuff together kind of project lately. But I also just wanted to, you know, talk about decentralized video and get back into thinking about where to take this reverse engineering project focused on optical drive firmware, Coastermelt. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, and here's diode.zone. This is the PeerTube server that I've been running with a bunch of my streams, but also...
salad.
Oh, geez, thank you. I have salad, thanks to my friend. So yeah, this is just the recent video uploads on that server. A bunch of my streams that I kind of archive dumped on there recently. But then I've been opening the stream, or opening the server up to some friends and acquaintances, and basically anybody I know online who wants an account. If you want to try this out, then, and you know, if you take a look at the sort of rules and just like theme for the server, if your stuff fits, then that's great. I'm happy to give you an account and we can try this thing out together. And PeerTube itself is kind of an interesting piece of software at this point. I was actually just looking into the development history recently just to see, like, well, how long has it been around? Because it's based on what seems like a bit of a dated software stack nowadays. Like Angular is not nearly as common as, say, React, but it used to be years ago. So yeah, it's like, well, when did this start? And I think the code base has actually been around since something like 2015, but it's had like a big surge in development since they did a crowdfunding campaign, and I think at least like one of the developers has been working on it pretty much full time for the last year. Oh yeah, and we do need a better way of just like importing streams directly. I mean, I think the ultimate goal here is that stream archives will just be generated on the fly when you stream via Diode Zone. But right now, like, the streaming on Diode Zone is very, very minimal. It's just like a really simple HTTP live streaming setup. And I'm using my infrastructure here, but right now it's still like easiest to actually just scrape the stream archive back off of YouTube, which is kind of awful, but like that's the easy way to do it. But yeah, having better tools for managing video metadata across platforms is definitely on my to-do list. And as far as like video streaming sites in general, like, yeah, I mean, the same site should handle live streaming and video archives, and ideally it should use the same format for both so that you can seamlessly transition something from a live stream to an archive. And that's like one of the areas where I've been feeling like some technical frustration with the way PeerTube is set up and trying to figure out a way around that. Yeah, and I mean, you can also record it yourself. Like, I get recordings here on OBS. It's just, those are usually really big files. And if I have the stream like split into multiple pieces, I'd have to paste them together. So it's something that you could totally do. It's just slightly more work for me. So usually I've been getting them off YouTube lately, but I need better scripting for that kind of stuff. Yep, that's great. Okay, so yeah, pardon me. Let's just get this on the robot. So, gosh, I think I'm actually just gonna drive the robot over here. It's easier to work on the desk. Welcome to all the new and unfamiliar faces, as well as all the old friends. You know, to the extent that friendship is real. Maybe we can have something resembling it online occasionally. Robot's a little lighter than usual. I'm driving it over a light stand and then back down. Ooh. That could have worked better. I'm kind of bad at this coordinate system sometimes. Okay, winches, what are you all doing? This design really does make it hard to get into the corners. The thing where, you know, I have such variable tension on the lines, and the low end of that tension is pretty hard to deal with. Yeah, maybe putting the filming desk in the very corner of the room was a bad idea from the winch's perspective. Down. Oh, how's that still not in frame? Okay, I think that'll do.